You gotta be Picasso, you gotta be P Diddy, you gotta be fucking Usher, you gotta be everything at one time to different people. It's one of those
Yeah,
things. I made a pact to myself, like I gotta make this work, or I'm gonna be homeless. So 10, 20 years later, I'm still here. So
Made
it's
it
one of those
work.
things I love.
Hi, welcome to the Modern Waiter Podcast. I'm Marlon Joseph, the Modern Waiter, where we discuss all things restaurant business, learn something, laugh at something. On today's episode, we look at service through the eyes of a chef. But first, the intro.
Tired of working deadbeat jobs for lame pay. I'm tired of getting fired and hired the same day. If you know the rules of the game, then you'll stay.
As usual, I'm joined by my good friend Danny Davila.
what's up? What's up? What's up, people?
Today we have a guest, Chef Eduardo Espiritu.
What's up, brother?
How you doing? How you doing?
What in the hell made you want to work in restaurants?
Weed.
Please explain.
So I was working at the bookstore in San Francisco in Berkeley, California. I got home one day, ate some ramen. Asian people throw a lot of shit in ramen. I threw some egg, threw some spam. I gave it to my cousin, who was winning with me. We smoking weed, and at the time there was a California Culinary Academy, and
Okay.
this guy said, like, Eddie, why don't you do that? You're good with food. You can make something out of nothing. So I did, and $80,000 in debt later, I became a chef.
Oh,
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 I know.
oh, that's a lot of debt.
Well, it was only for 20, but so when I signed up for cooking, it was only technically about 25K, but they
Okay.
didn't tell me at the time, at 2003, I was making $9 an hour as a cook.
Mm.
Okay.
So I called them to, like, I can't make these payments. I got rent, I got gas, I got groceries. Stop the payments. All right, cool. I'll give you 2 years. But they didn't even tell me that the interest will still be
Yes.
compounding as months
Over
and
those two
years.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those 20 became like 40, 60. I still know friends that still owes about 100K from a school that closed down 5 years ago.
Oh,
What is the hardest part about working in a restaurant?
The longevity, the training of your body, because
mm.
Okay.
you're on feet. Like my dumbass, when I start cooking, I wear freaking FUBU Timberland boots.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
nobody. My feet was like hurting every day, and I don't know if you ever worked Timberlands in kitchens before, but I was slipping and sliding. I was walking, running, and those things. It was harsh, but it's the 12 hours, the 8 hours. I had to work two jobs once I was line cook,
Mm-hmm.
so gaining my body just to work two 8 hour shifts in one day and waking up the 4 hours before you go to work because I lived at the time in the East Bay of San Francisco. I have to get up at 5 in the morning to take two buses apart to get to the city and stay at an 8 hour shift.
If I'm
That's the
hearing you
grind.
correctly,
That's a grind, yeah.
it's the physical part that stands out first.
Yeah, then and that's the only thing that I tell when I go to cooking schools like the CIA and mom and pop cooking school. Like my friends be saying, like, what do you want to tell them? I'm like, don't wear stupid ass Jordans. Don't, don't wear Jordans. Don't wear Crocs. Get some $300 dance clothes or Birkenstocks. Save your feet and your hands. Those are
Yeah.
the two things that are most important as a chef. You don't want to knock a pinky or stab your hand in a freaking splendor with the tickets, and take care of your feet.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. When I first started in the restaurant, I started out on the line, in the kitchen. And the thing that really struck me when I first started with my hands just
Yeah.
felt like they were so swollen from constantly grabbing things.
Oh,
And
you haven't worked on a Chinese restaurant yet.
no,
Mm.
I just my first corporate restaurant when I got fired from my Italian restaurant job. I worked at I worked at PF Chang's. I was
Okay.
so I got so intimidated because this is PF Chang's, like one of at the time 2004, it was the number two fast food casual dining joint.
yeah,
Number one, I got intimidated because I walked in. I thought Chinese people were here. There's only one guy. but the rest was all Latinos and talking shit, and I didn't even know what the fuck they were saying. So I was just like, I was scared because 14,000 BTUs between your legs, and you have to cook real quick.
Yes.
And so if you ever had a towel in the kitchen, imagine holding 3 towels, folded up, and you still gotta hold the wok handle like this.
Oh, wow. Yes.
So do that for like 8 hours a day, sometimes 12. And at 2 o'clock in the morning, my hand will be stiff just like this.
Oh
And I
my
had to
God.
literally had to like pry it off. And as you can see, my hands are always in that mode. It could never go straight. It has to be crooked.
You're in the claw mode.
Claw mode forever.
That's like some wide receiver hands right there.
Ronnie Law and stuff.
That's surprising to me. That detail of what the conditions of your hands would be. What else would we be surprised to know about being a chef in a restaurant?
Oh man, 3 to 2nd burns. Just get ice water and just we don't go to the hospital. My hands are burnt from 3rd-degree, 2nd-degree burns, sugar burns, and still work at 12-hour shift.
Oh my God.
Keep it moving.
Keep it moving. Let's say this pinky toe, this pinky ring. Sorry, ring finger. I was cutting duck on one time, and I didn't know how to properly sharpen a knife. So my boning at the time was sharp at the tip and dull in the back end. So if you're ever butchered duck, it has a lot of cartilage. So I was forcing it, and I forced it so much that the tip of my blade went straight to the bone, down right there. And I didn't even notice it because it's so sharp. It just went straight in. And my chef told me, Eddie, you're bleeding. I'm like, oh, look at that shit. It's fucking in the bone. Like, what do you need? 2 shots of Hennessy, some ibuprofen, and a splint. We're good.
Oh,
And I worked the whole day.
that's tough.
Well, I kind of had to.
Machine.
Well, I kind of had to. It was rather that or not paying rent. I can't I can't lose an hour. I can't lose a day. Because it takes me, at the time, about $8 a day just to get back and forth from where I live.
Okay.
So
So
I had
you
to
came
do what
in
I
negative. You showed
Yeah.
up to work negative.
Yeah,
Ah,
that's the thing. Because all the time, all my servers, they say, like, you should be a server. We make about this much. I can't because my check is guaranteed when it's slow. I'm here for 8 hours. When it's slow, servers lose money when it's like raining or a monsoon or it's like the city shut down. Us cooks, we get the same paycheck, 8 hours a day, 40 hours a week. We get that no matter what.
Yeah.
Slow days, that. But it's the cuts, the burns, it's working quick second and you don't know what you're doing. Next time I cut this figure so many times in the mandolin, I'm still gotta go to work. I still press on. It's like, grew up in that generation of cooks, that chefs now, that no matter what, you don't go to the hospital. You're sick, fuck that. Give me some NyQuil, drink half a bottle of NyQuil, I'm at work tomorrow morning.
Oh my God.
Before COVID, I get sick, I'm like on Dayquil, drinking whatever I can get my over-the-counter drugs. I'm at work, pounding Red Bulls and just trying to like be at that par and work. I can't miss because I was raised at that generation of cooks and chefs. Now it's crazy. My line cooks called off and they got a hangover.
How you calling sleepy?
Yeah. Chef, I can't come to work. I got a headache. I can't breathe. I got a stuffy nose. Like, get the fuck out of here. Are you kidding me?
That's for sure a generational thing. I mean, not banging on anybody, but the level is different. They want this much right away from the start, and they're not giving it back. They're not giving. No. It's interesting, and I'm curious to know what your view on service is. So what are some of the things that servers do that makes a chef's job more difficult?
Not knowing what to order. Okay. There is a TV show in Stars called Sweet Treats. I don't know if you ever seen that show yet, but there's a alpha server in that TV show. She's this tall, blonde, blue-eyed chick. It's a nice show. I have this one server right now that's constantly order bread, just like give bread to the table no matter what. As a server, you should know in and out the menu from appetizers all the way to desserts. What's in it? You
Yeah.
can't come. You can't come to me like, Chef, what's in here? What the fuck's the matter with you? It's 8 o'clock. I'm busy with tickets, and you're telling me the server can't. I mean, the guest can't eat this and eat that. You should know what the menu is. They always asking me for a stupid question. Can I have the filet cut butterfly? Like literally 3 weeks ago, I had a server wants 2 temperatures in the 8-ounce fillet. It's like, can you do that?
Two
Like, yo,
temperatures.
yeah, I have
Wait,
to.
wait.
One temperature of the fillet is mid-well, and the other temperature of the fillet, butterfly, mind you, it's a mid-rare.
That just blew my mind.
I'm confused. Like one steak.
So 8-ounce fillet, you get one fillet. I have to butterfly it. So I have to
Okay.
butterfly it to the point of like a butterfly.
Yeah, yeah.
So this one has to be mid-well.
Oh
No.
no.
This one had to be mid-rare. The old school in me would say, "Fuck no, I'm not doing that." But that's what they want. We're a service industry. We provide whatever they want. So I pulled it off.
Wait.
They would have had to buy 2 steaks in my spot, yo.
No, I pulled that off. I don't know how I pulled that off, but I pulled it off. So it was fun.
You
It's just-
enabled everybody. You fucked up. Now these people are gonna come back and they're gonna be like, "We did it last time." I'd be like, "Damn, Chef Ed." Now I gotta be that server to go ask one steak, 2 temperatures. Good
Yeah.
Lord.
That doesn't even sound normal to me, yo.
So,
Yo, he
trust me,
just
the
wanted to
last,
show off.
this guy or this group of people wants 3 different temperatures. They want the filet mid-rare. The New York menu is huge.
Yes.
So the top of the New York, they want mid-rare, medium, and the bottom of the New York, they want well done.
Oh my God. Stop it.
W-
Stop it,
I
man.
can't right
That
now.
is like, that's not, yo.
That's not a thing.
That's
I
not
know
That
that
can't be a thing.
at $200 a table, at $200 a pop, I gotta figure out how the fuck to do this. So I gotta figure out. So I did it. I cut the New York, cut the top off, cooked the bottom off, cut the fillet off the bone, and cooked that in the mid rare. So everybody was happy.
I mean,
So you split up the steak though at least. So you had 3 separate pieces on the grill.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right.
I can deal with that.
I could deal with that.
I couldn't. When you said you butterflied the steak and had it medium rare, and the other side was medium well. So how did you even do that? You cook the first part to medium, or like rare, and then you just flip it back on its side and let the other side cook.
Basically, so we had a broiler grill. So the broiler of the grill at the front of my grill, I always keep it hot. So I butterflied it, cooked the one medium rare at medium rare. So I let the steak hang and keep the mid well right there cooked. So I keep flipping it.
Show off.
I keep flipping it without getting it, dark as well done. So I keep poking it. Fuck it, let's roll. Let's just fucking roll with this and see what happens. It's there.
Oh my God!
I don't even want to know how you can't sleep at night because you got some weird dreams, some
Yeah.
nightmares about.
No, it's
Service.
it's my chef, my very first chef in a mom and pop restaurant always telling me, if you can't do it, if you can function doing it and you know how to do it, if they want it, you must provide it, because it's like, you're a service for food. You got to do whatever they want. At the time, now I do whatever. If I can do it, I can. But 10 years ago, like, fuck no, that's stupid. What do you want to do? Cut an 8-ounce filet, 1 and 1? No, fuck that. I'm not doing that. Peace out. I'm not doing that. Now I have to, because it's the revenue is going down. The restaurant everywhere is like hitting, like we're slow as we can right now. It's ridiculous, which is crazy.
Do you have a season? You're to clarify. You're in Napa,
Yeah.
and
Do you have a busy season and a slow season? Or is it
Right about now, we're entering our slow season, winter.
okay?
okay.
Our busy season are from January, March, like mid-March all the way to like late October, Indian summer
Okay.
type of thing. But we get a lot of people from around the world, and don't get it twisted. Napa Valley, what you guys think of Napa Valley is not really Napa Valley. Napa Valley, you guys see on the books are Yountville. It's Thomas Keller. Napa is it's like Orlando basically.
Okay.
Got you. That's
So,
a great analogy,
yeah.
man. I was gonna ask you what would be a description of an unreasonable request, but you already gave it to me.
Yo, we already started with unreasonable.
No, you cannot believe how many requests like a chicken can we debone a chicken? I'm like, can you tell us before we cook this or after we cooked it? You know, they want the
Wait.
chicken. You know,
They
they want
want their chicken deboned. So
yeah,
so why don't they just ask for like a breast?
because our menu is like what you call it, a half a chicken. So
Oh.
at the time was a half a
Aw,
chicken.
Damn. See, I
So
take the bones out the
that's
doggone
where the
chicken.
server comes in. You know, would you like this deboned and whatever? Like, hey chef, they want the debone. Can you debone the chicken before you cook it? That's a
What
lot
is
easier.
going on in Cali, yo?
Yeah.
It's a lot easier.
I'm not coming. I'm not coming. So what is it? So what do you like when you go out to dinner? What's a restaurant experience for you like when you go out to dinner?
DoorDash.
Okay.
After cooking the 6 days, 12 hours a week, I spend about $400 in DoorDash every 2 weeks.
Oh,
I
my
don't cook.
goodness.
I don't clean like Cardi B said I don't cook at all. 'Cause
You don't want nothing to do with the
I
restaurant.
don't want. I know. Why the fuck would I do my job at home? I'm like,
That's fair.
That
you
is
know what I'm
fair.
saying? I cook only like during the holidays if I'm with family members. I like to do that. But when I'm home with my wife, I'm like, hey, before DoorDash had a stack of Chinese restaurants in like San Francisco, like
Mhm.
doing delivery out that much, or like for Mexican. Now it's just fucking DoorDash. Like, what do you want? Like, well, fuck it, just go.
Man.
But when I do
When-
go out, I go out with to my friends' restaurants, and they treat us like kings and all
Okay.
that. So when we do go out with my wife, it's who's working there? Let's go there. Let's go here. We make a contact. Hey, we sliding through. All right, cool, chef. We got it.
Nice.
It was good.
When you're on at the restaurant, which requests are hardest for you? Or, for instance, what's hardest? Gluten-free, dairy-free, or vegan?
Vegan.
Uh,
Gluten free is fine because we're prepared for that. We have gluten free pasta. We have gluten free bread. Everything gluten. Everything.
Okay.
We have all that ready. Just goddamn fucking vegan. We are steakhouse. Why the fuck would you go to a goddamn steakhouse?
Yeah, you're right.
It's like, give us a call. Like, we can make you a dish 24 hours ahead, but don't let
Yes.
me like, you here's some rabbit food. Salad. What do you
Okay.
want? That's the best thing I can do in the last late notice.
I cook cows here.
Exactly. and what I hate now is just these people with the cards. Have you seen the cards?
Yes.
Those
absolutely.
cards, like I'm allergic
I can't
to.
have this. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't have this. Is like where? Well, what do you want? Flour? I'm like, I don't know what do you want me to do? It's like 8 o'clock. I understand they have like
Restrictions, but
restriction,
man, come on.
but let us know 24 hours ahead or 2 days ahead so we can make a dish for you.
That's
Because
a good point.
you're driving an hour away or 45 minutes away with your friends and have a good experience. And I want to give that experience to you, but if you come in here on a Friday, Saturday night with this little card and I'm knee deep of tickets and, I can't do
makes
nothing
sense.
about it.
That's
Salad is
that's
the best
great
go-to,
advice.
Yeah, especially if they know they're coming. Yeah, and if you're a vegan, just eat a salad. You went out, you know what you can and can't eat.
No, nowadays, no. I blame Kevin fucking Hart because Kevin Hart got like 2 vegan fast food restaurants in SoCal and like they popular. I'm like last week I made Impossible meatloaf and they didn't like it. I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do?
Yeah.
It's Impossible meat with tomato sauce with fake cheese. you can't go wrong with that. It's vegan and they
Yeah,
chef,
you
this
can't
is
dress that
horrible.
up.
They don't want it. I'm like, well, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, exactly. I know it's horrible. I would never eat it myself.
Speaking of not eating it itself, is there something that you cook that you absolutely crush that you just don't eat?
Uh, no, I'm pretty much I like eating food because I grew up in the Philippines, not eating at all. So I grew up
Okay.
in a generation like everything on the plate has to be gone no matter what. I don't have
Okay.
leftovers because if I do leftovers, it's going in the trash. I eat everything. I eat weird stuff that all my friends and family don't eat, like the foie gras, the bone marrow, all that weird shit.
Okay. I'm
So
with you.
I like eating. Eating's like my drug sometimes. So
Speaking of drugs, well, I have a multiple choice question for you. The walk-in cooler is used for A, storage of refrigerated food and produce before and after preparation.
word.
B, cool off when it gets hot in the kitchen. C, to take a quick break and some time alone. D, all of the above.
All the above. You forgot the last one too, smoking weed in the walk-in. Oh,
You blow it right into the fan.
yeah, there you go. See, my man Danny know about it. Yeah, my man Danny know about it. And if you're an expensive restaurant, you got a freezer, you go in the freezers, and you puff, and like nobody's gonna smell it because the other side of the walk-in.
Yeah.
So
Yes, it's
You
the
go
far
deep.
side of the
you
walk-in.
go deeper,
You go
yeah.
deep. And for some reason, that cold, it moves. That air in there, it
Yeah.
moves.
Yeah.
It evacuates quickly.
Just like Bourdain said in his book, to put cocaine in a dry storage, weed, just ease it out in a walk-in, and let's go, bring the rain.
Do you have you ever seen what's your favorite restaurant movie? Is there a restaurant movie that
I
connects
just had
with
a
you?
talk. I just had a talk with my best friend about this. It's actually three.
Okay.
Old Stanley Tucci called The Big Night.
Yes.
We've seen that, yeah.
Yes, we reviewed that on the
That
podcast once.
to me, that is like the most underrated restaurant movie of all time, because you have a brother that was willing to do anything to save the restaurant. You have the other
Yes.
brother who is so egotistical about his food that he doesn't see his restaurant is suffering.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's another number two will be Danny Aiello. I forgot, it's Dinner Rush or Rush Time in New York City. His
Yes,
son was
Dinner Rush.
the executive chef. Yeah.
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 We seen
Classic
that one too.
movie.
We did that one. Yeah, man.
And third but last list, probably Waiting.
Boom.
Oh,
those-
nice.
Those top three. Burnt Chef, No Reservations. They're all horrible chef movies. I mean, Chef, I was liking it, but you making a movie out of fucking, Cubanos. I'm like, there's nothing. Thomas Keller actually freaking was a consultant in that movie, but there was nothing about Chef about it. It was just like your ego. Listen, as a chef, I get all that things from Yelp review, like your food's horrible, the service is horrible. We get that. But that whole scene, I never understood about the chocolate lava cake. I never understood that scene, because that's a classical dish that he went off, and he went off on a reviewer and just became food truck sensation and make a wonderful Cubano. I never understood that whole movie. With No Reservations, all kitchen movies. I think if all three of us get together, I think we make a better movie than all the movies out there now. That's what's missing.
That's what's missing. I think we've reviewed from time to time restaurant movies, and the thing, maybe they don't set out to be a restaurant movie, but the thing that gives you the feel about the restaurant is the dynamic. What was that movie that we saw, Danny, that we watched, that it was done in one take? I mean, one day, basically.
Oh yeah,
I think it was
the one
British or
there's
something
one
like that.
camera.
Yeah, one camera shot.
That's
basically.
Oh, was it an English movie?
Boiling
Yeah.
Point.
I was watching that too.
So the thing that struck me was how it was supposed to be an important night. It was like a weekend, and everybody was so chill. They had time to I was like, no. I didn't get the feel of like, man, this is, I'm getting my butt handed to me. And then you go off in the corner, you might talk to your coworker a little bit, but while you're doing something, you're interacting like this. I didn't get that feel of interactions.
Oh, the true multitask, yeah.
Yes, exactly. It was just a little too casual. And then the one with the big night was very close because they had, I think it was the hostess was banging the
chef.
The chef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So
flowers.
it's like,
No, it's the flowers.
the flowers. It was very real because those are the relationships that come out of restaurants.
Yeah, trust me. I know. I had a couple of radio shows. I had a couple of them. I banged a couple of servers in every restaurant I worked at.
We call those benefits.
Yeah. Hey man, restaurants, you can get any drug you want: crystal, cocaine, weed. You got liquor right there in the liquor room. So
Absolutely. I mean,
You know
what's
that.
speaking of liquor, what is your favorite shift drink? The drink that just calms you down in between
Well-
work and going home.
there's so much variation now. But right about now, right about now, I'm in my Japanese whiskey stage. So Centauri.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
Centauri, when I get it, I'll tell one of my one of my bartenders, hey, can you get my Centauri whiskey drink? But then it was red wine to take the ease off, to take the Bart home, then Jameson, and then a mini adios motherfucker. They can make it on a busy night.
What is
But
that?
now-
What's an adios motherfucker?
It's a Bay Area version of Long Island iced tea, but more
Okay.
I was just about to say that.
but more potent than Long Island iced tea. So
Okay.
it's all white drinks, which
Oh, okay.
make you pass out on a train or a bus or wherever you're going. Home.
Now everybody knows when you work in the restaurant, you work nights, you work weekends, you work holidays.
Mornings
What is
too.
it?
Don't forget mornings.
Yes, you work mornings. You work you work all the time.
Yeah, I work in a hotel. It's a 24-hour status.
Okay.
Yes. So how do you balance throughout the years your work life with when it comes to relationships, family, and things like that? Because help us help.
Oh,
us
that's a
understand.
tough one. Well, the last 2 years has been beneficial. Before COVID, it was non-existent because before COVID, it was just like work. There was no, you work in the industry, there's no such thing as a work-life balance at all. Nothing, zero. Whether you're working or you're sleeping your days off, because 2 days off, one of them you're going to be sleeping all day because you're working 12, 13 hours a day and your body's like, fuck you, you're sleeping.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Your second day off is where you do your adult things, laundry, shopping, clean the house, whatever.
Okay.
So going out, seeing family and friends, it's like going to a trip in Europe because you have to plan that motherfucker 6 months ahead.
Oh, wow.
We don't have the luxury as chefs or cooks like, hey, let's do this and Sunday. Like, well, I can't because I have a big banquet got to do. Oh, I can't because I have 200 covers I got to deal in a restaurant. So we have my wife is, it's like I told you guys, my wife is my boss and she's the executive chef. So both of us have to plan to go see family like 2-3 months ahead, and like no matter what, we're going to take this trip. We can't be in a whim and just go because there's a lot of people that depend on us to do their job correctly. So
With that dynamic of you and your wife working together, and like you said, she's your executive chef. Do you guys ever have a day off together? Because in my restaurant, our chef is the sous chef is there when the executive chef is gone, and
100%.
and likewise, yeah.
no, we get a half a day together. It's mostly morning time.
Okay.
And I think that's about it. And holidays if we get the days off, but mostly lately we don't because I work the night shift and she works the mid shift sometimes.
Okay.
So I work from 11 to 11 and she works sometimes from 10 to 8 or 9 to 8. So
All right, I have two before I let you go. The first thing is, what advice do you have for anyone who wants to come into the ranks of a restaurant as a back of a house? What advice do you have for them?
don't be soft.
Okay.
Don't be soft. Don't. It's nowadays. It's like it's hard because people like us the rank went up the ranks of old school cooking. You know, trust me. I got called Chino my first day at my restaurant way back in the day. I didn't even know what a Chino was because working with a lot of Latinos, they got their own language and I only know English at the time. And don't be soft. Know what you're working with. Now, when I look at the other podcasts talking about being minority in an all white kitchen, dude, be a minority. Don't speak the language in an all Mexican or Latino crew. You know what I'm saying?
Different.
That's different. That's a different ballgame because you already fucked because you gotta find the alpha Latino and you have to be on his good side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't find that alpha Latino and you're on his bad side, your whole team is not gonna hate you. Don't be soft. Learn your techniques. Go to school if you want to, but all the school is gonna tell you the same thing. You're gonna learn everything on the fly. Nobody does the flute anymore, or the turning potatoes, or the flute or the mushroom. Yeah, that's like the high-end 1% restaurant that Thomas Keller 3-star Michelin. But we work right here in the bottom, in the turn and burn, see you later, 200 covers, revenue stream, we gotta go.
Yeah.
Learn your basic mother sauces and just have a sense of like your body's gonna get beat up no matter what. Learn how to handle your liquor. Most importantly, if smoke weed if you have to. Do not smoke too much that you cannot control when you're working. Because I have many line cooks that will smoke so much weed and is like retarded at work.
Learn how to function while doing your job.
Exactly.
Boom.
All right, I have one more for you, and it's going to be a rapid fire, okay?
Okay.
I'll just put out a description, and you rate it from 1 to 10. So,
Okay.
1 to 10, chefs are cocky,
10.
insecure,
10.
they can suffer from depression,
Man, all the time. 10.
insomniacs,
Man, 18 cups of coffee and 400 Red Bulls? Yeah, 10.
alcoholics,
Yeah, 10.
use drugs,
Yeah, 10.
angry,
Microaggression? Fuck yeah, 10.
stressed out,
All the time. 10.
perfectionist,
Yes, 10.
arrogant,
Yes, 10.
creative,
Yes, 10.
organized,
Yes, 10.
passionate,
Very much so. You got to. This industry, 10.
and the best friend anyone could ever have.
Yeah, pretty much 10.
He was all the way through the board. He goes, that is what we are.
You kind of have to. You gotta be Picasso. You gotta be P Diddy. You gotta be fucking Usher. You gotta be everything at one time to different people. It's one of those things. I made a pact to myself, like I gotta make this work, or I'm gonna be homeless. So 10, 20 years later, I'm still here. So it's one of those things I love.
We're really grateful for your time, Chef.
No problem.
Eduardo.
Thank you.
Thank you once again. I'm Marlon Joseph, the Modern Waiter. We do this for you each and every week.
I'm Danny Villain. Subscribe, people.
We'll see you next time.
Later.
The kind of voice speaks with melodic flow as the beat goes clap. Clap, who the hell can stop that? Initiated, wake up with your head cracked, spitting nasty like